Travel along, Catholic pilgrims, as we read letters from the voyages of St. Frances Cabrini as she traveled around the Western Hemisphere sharing the good news of Christ. Welcome, Catholic pilgrims. In our reading today, Mother Cabrini is still in Costa Rica waiting to go to Panama. The ship that's going to take her there can't quite get all the way into port because of the shallow waters. So she spends this time explaining the weather, the views, Mass, and the people to her daughters. She's trying to be patient as she very much wants to get to Panama. So let's hear about her day as we turn to page 126. The closing of the month of May was lovely. In the morning, when High Mass was over, a procession took place during which was sung the litany, and at 3 p.m., after some hymns, the parish priest delivered a touching sermon, full of devotion and piety. Our Lady was crowned by a child dressed in white and wearing a wreath of flowers, after which the mothers brought their children to the altar to have them blessed by the priest, and then every child presented a flower to Our Lady. It is lovely to see these women in their best dresses of gorgeous colors, with very short waists and skirts so long that the train measures 1.5 yards. Their turbans are of such contrasting colors, and their faces resembled ebony. Some were tattooed. The children were dressed either in variegated colors or in white, which clashed with their black faces and black hands, but their souls were truly white for their innocence and simplicity. Mary seemed to rejoice and extend her heavenly mantle over these people. But I forgot to tell you about our lodgings. Well, we have a room which has a balcony looking west and another looking east, and both are so well placed as to afford us opportunities for precious contemplation, just as we had on the ocean. On one side, we have the immense gulf with beautiful and green gondolas, not for fishermen, as these people care little for fishing, but for carrying passengers backward and forwards to the land. Some shoals right in front of the balcony cause the water to break into foaming waves, which roar like the falls of Niagara. On the other side stands the park, with groves and fountains, worthy certainly of a greater city, and hardly to be expected in a small country as this. But, as they say, se adelanta cada dia, so to show their progress. It is necessary to have parks and fountains that foreigners may admire. Meanwhile, we enjoy a pure and refreshing breeze. You may imagine what I mean when I say the thermometer at New Orleans is at 28 degrees. Here, it marks 25 degrees. But when the doors and windows are closed, it exceeds 30 degrees centigrade. It is said that this is a country of fever, but we have been assured by the doctors, who have become our friends these days, that it is a very healthy country where people suffering from lung complaints come to be cured. We keep really well, but we regret to be here doing nothing, seeing that we are only a 16 hours journey from our sisters in Panama, where we would love to fly. I hope to be with them soon, and to receive through them and their merits an abundance of the gifts and fruits of the Holy Ghost, for which I hunger, and of which I feel in great need. But we must resign ourselves to remain here at Port Limon, and to receive the Holy Ghost here. Blessed will of God, how dear and amiable thou art, when thou revealest thyself with so much clearness. When we take a little walk to speak to the Negroes, who listen to us with so much pleasure, we always go down to the dock and almost beg the boats to sail off at once to Panama. But none of them take heed, and leaving one after another for other directions, seem to say, "Have patience, clip the wings of your ardent desires." In the meantime, the vessel which is destined to convey us to Panama and which is in port, the Royal Mail, cannot approach land owing to its vast size and the shallowness of the water. That's all for today, Catholic pilgrims. Will Mother Cabrini get to leave for Panama tomorrow? We shall see. But until then, live the faith boldly and travel well.